Thank you for that reminder, Amy. All right. So wherever you are, come to a standing position, having your chair nearby if you need it. But we're going to begin with our bounce, like we have been doing quite a lot, to get our fluids moving, to get our circulation going. Planting those feet, spreading the toes, making a connection with the ball of your foot where our kidney 1, our bubbling spring is. And that may be a great image to help with these bubbles. You may feel the bubbles coming up through the earth, through the feet, into the legs, and all the way up. And once you have that connection to the earth established, see if you can't relax the rest of the body and have a real sense of openness through the belly, through the hips, through the shoulders and arms, even the neck and head. So there's an ease in the body as you're doing these bounces. Now, these bounces can be really tiny and very small, barely see them, or they could be real big. They could be faster or slower. You may choose to sway a little bit. Again, still keeping those feet connected to the earth. Good. And now let's see if there can be a little bit of a sway. And if you want to go swaying directly side to side, that's great. If you want to go right into a little bit of a figure 8, so one shoulder comes forward and back, and then the other one. And the hips and the knees and the ankles all accommodate this gentle sway. The bounce is still there. As we tune into that wonderful water element, a sense of flow, a sense of fluids moving in the body. And then come to stillness for a moment. Close the eyes, holding onto the chair or not, if you can, or have a soft downward gaze, and just feel that increased energy, circulation inside. And now with your awareness of your breath being the lead. So the bounce was sort of the lead. Now the breath is our lead. We're going to inhale and exhale, just letting Sherry in with a little fog rising. So we'll inhale, arms up to chest height, and exhale down, a little extra bend in the knee if you choose. Inhale, lengthening up, and exhale down. And as we do this, there's a real sense of verticalness. So now that you've had that real wonderful downward connection into the earth, begin to, with the fog rising, have a beautiful connection through the crown of the head to the heavens. This beautiful outward expression of the breath, and your breath may be faster or slower than mine. Just let that beautiful fog rising happen. Spine is beautifully vertical as you have this gentle rise and fall of the arms and the bend and straightening of the knees and the ankles. And the next time you release this fog rising and emphasis on the breath, again, come to stillness, closing the eyes or having a soft downward gaze, holding the chair if needed for stability, but feeling that inner sense of awakening and warming up. And now opening the eyes, moving into some shoulder rolls around and around. If at any time you feel that you need to sit, then please do sit in your chair, circle the other way, and keep that movement going. Whenever you need to modify or take a rest, of course, that's always welcome. Bending the elbows and now swimming with one elbow and then the other. Again, the soft knees allow a little bit of accommodation through the body as you're going, but we're opening not only the shoulder joint, but that upper back. And now backstroke. Let those elbows go around in a circle. Again, the upper body is our focus, but the rest of the body goes with the flow. And then gently release. Circling the wrists down low. And then the other direction. Good. Clasping the hands and doing a little figure eight right here. Rolling those wrists. And again, let the rest of the body go with the flow. Maybe you want to be a little wider. Maybe you want to shift your weight and let the hips go as well. Whatever you'd like, but get the wrist being the initiator and the rest of the body going with the flow. Good. And rest. Hands on the hips. Wide stance. So shoulder width are a little wider. And let the hips just sway side to side first. And then let's go into a circle, hula hooping. Again, let those knees and ankles bend, those feet rooted to the earth, crown of the head still has a connection to the heavens, even though you might be moving that head. Go the other direction. And then come back up to center. Let's try our figure eights with our hips. So let's go forward today with one side, forward and back, and then the other side, forward and back. Knees are bent, forward and back. That really helps give the hips a chance to move sort of independently, even though they're connected. Sounds kind of weird, but that's what we've got. One side initiating, and then the other side. One side, and then the other side. Now let's go the other way. Back to front, back to front, back to front. Finding that rhythm. Again, your speed may be much slower than mine. Maybe it's faster. Maybe you're bigger or smaller than me. Doesn't matter. Just see if you can't get a figure eight flow. Good. And rest. Shake out those feet for a moment. They've done a lot of work just stabilizing and planting. Holding on to your chair. We're going right into a little figure eight with the leg. So the leg closest to the chair is our standing leg. So shifting the weight to that side, lifting the knee and bend it in and out. Swing it in and out. So a little figure eight with that knee and out. Again, yours might be lower and smaller, or maybe it's bigger. You decide what that hip joint would like today. Noticing how that standing leg is also getting warmed up. And rest. I'm going to do one direction. Let's go to the other side. Shifting sides. Shift to the standing leg. And knee in, knee out and behind you. Knee in and front, knee back and behind you. So wherever this little knee figure eight or one circle upon another circle, that's what we have, working to lubricate that hip joint. And rest. Take a moment, shake out those feet. I am warming up. All right. Bringing your feet as close together as you can, bend both knees and do hands above the knees. Do a little bit of circling of those knees to massage the feet, go the other direction, and ankles. And rest. Great. Sit down, please, because I'd like to do a little bit with the head and neck. And for stability reasons, because we're going to be moving our head, we want to make sure we're stable. So in a comfortable seated position, let's gently tilt ear toward shoulder, and then the other way. A few more times, relaxing the shoulders down, letting the neck and head be the focus of the movement right now. Good. Now come to one side, ear toward one shoulder. The opposite arm, bring it behind you. Have it be on your chair, or maybe you want to bring it up to the mid-back or to the opposite, to the kidney area. We'll be doing that water wheel soon enough. And take a deep breath in and out here. Tuck the chin and roll to the other side. End up at the other side and bring the other arm behind you. Let it rest for a moment and feel this openness here. And again, that focus that we identified last week is the ear. The ear is the sense organ associated with the winter water element. So I'm thinking about listening and having that ear raised here, the shoulder relaxed down. A deep breath, expanding the lungs and releasing fully on the exhale. Come back up to center. Good. A few shoulder rolls. This is a little deeper stretch in through the neck and head. Maybe you want to do a little shaking the head or nodding the head. I'm going to add the arm this time. So come to a side bend with that neck and head. And instead of bringing the arm behind you, let's reach it out and stop sign. So your fingertips are pointing up as best you can. The elbow is straighter or straight, your choice. But you may feel a nice stretch through that hand and forearm and wrist. And now bring it behind you a little bit, opening up that chest, top of the shoulder. Now, once you're in that position, you're feeling that stretch. See if you can't play with those fingers. Turn so the fingers are point downward or behind you, above and now inward. So now I'm getting that whole limb involved from the shoulder joint. Now there might be a spot right there. I feel a little extra stretch. So I'm going to stay there. Take a deep breath in and out. When you find your spot, and gently release that arm down and right the head. So that whole thing has a flush of new blood, a wonderful opening through the fascia, as well as our muscles. And now tip to the other side. Stop sign. Right there. Boy, I feel it even more so on this side. I don't have to do much to really get a deep, deep stretch. You too. And maybe your fingers don't work going up. That's fine. Put them where you can. And then bring the arm slightly behind you, opening up from the ear all the way down to the top of that shoulder, down through the arm. And then begin to start playing with those fingers, that whole arm. I'm rotating from my shoulder joint. Fingertips point down or behind me or forward. Feel up right there is a spot that I really feel a big stretch. I feel it all the way into my fingers. And I'll take a deep breath as you find your spot too. And then on another exhale, release. Take a moment to make sure your eyes are clear. Feel that flush and that openness through that whole upper body, that shoulder girdle, front of the chest. Wonderful. Coming now to the side of your chair, lifting the leg closest to me, pull it in and circle that ankle around and around. And then go the other way. Release that leg down. And now bring that leg behind you. Now, again, when it's behind you, it may be that the knee is straight down and it's close, or maybe the foot reaches out and the knee is a little straighter. So we're in our seated runner stretch. And here, both hip bones point straight ahead. Just feel this stretch and this openness on the front. We just squeezed it in. Now we're going to open it out. All right. And now come forward once more, bend it in, squeeze it in, deep breath, and bring it back. Plant the ball of the foot, if you can, into the earth so that kidney one, that bubbling springs, because our kidney and bladder energy pathways are what we're stimulating here. So we've got that connection into the earth there. Back of the body engaged, hips straight ahead. And now, if you can, raise the arms up, out in front of you, or overhead, whatever feels good, and lift up, reaching. And you can even look up if you choose into our beautiful warrior. Our whole back body is working strongly as we stretch and open the front body. On your next exhale, simply release, bringing that leg back in. Opening up. Feeling both sit bones on the chair, feet rooted to the earth, but feel the difference in the two sides. Let's take our wonderful dolphin ripple through the spine. So we start with our nose and we round down, leading with that nose, and then we arch and pull back. Exhale, rounding. I'm using my abdominals here to round the spine and come down. Now I inhale and open up the front of the body. The back of the body is working. Two more. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Last one. And come back to center. Take a moment to feel the effects. You still might feel a little one-sided here, yeah? Let's go to the other side of the chair. Little diagonal here. And bring again the leg closest to me. Pull it in and up, squeezing it. Relax those shoulders down and let that ankle have a little rest. Both directions. And now bring that leg down and back. You can hook the toes. Again, the knee could be straight down. It could even be a little bit forward, or it could be all the way back and a little lengthening through that back leg, opening that front hip. Just feel this position. Both hip bones pointing straight ahead over that front knee. And then gently release. Bring that knee in and up once more. You can circle again. And straighten it down or back. Pressing the ball of the foot, kidney one, that acupressure point, subo point, access point into the earth. Strong back of the leg, zipping up the front, hip bones pointing straight ahead, and then raising the arms up, out in front of you, still feeling those abdominals strong, feeling the back body working. You can add the arch and openness through the front body. The back body is really holding us and anchoring us as we reach up and arch gently back. On your next exhale, release. Releasing that leg, bring it in. Opening. And back to our dolphin. Tip of the nose, tuck it around as you bend forward, engaging that lower dantian, our low belly. Exhale, belly pulls in as it creates that rounded spine, that ocean wave ripple. Inhale up, two more. And one more, rippling. And good, come back to center and take a moment to let all of that recalibrate in your body. Wonderful. Coming to standing. You're going to need some space, 2 steps, one direction, 2 steps the other. So make sure you have a little space here, but we're going to go into our water wheel, our Qigong water wheel. So come to our soft stance or our subo, excuse me, our Wuji stance. So the feet are about hip width apart. Some people like to be a little wider. You decide, but a slight bend in the knee, which helps to lengthen that low back down instead of having it stick out. Lengthen it down, which brings the energy now up the front so that our lower belly, our power center, has some energy wide across the chest, lengthen up through the crown of the head. Just holding this point is a good exercise, developing that strength in the legs, as well as softness, strength with softness. Tap your palms. Maybe you want to clap your hands to get some awareness right there in your palms. You can play the accordion a bit and see if you can't feel a connection between those palms. Again, holding that position with the legs. If you ever need to come out of it, that's fine. But if you can hold it, we're developing that wonderful lower body strength. Great. From there, we're going to keep that awareness in our one palm with the other one coming behind you at the hip line or where the kidney is, the low rib area, if you have that comfort and flexibility in the shoulder. We're going to inhale, scoop. And as that arm comes up about chest height, shoulder height, we're going to gently turn and we're going to look at the back of the hand as it circles around. So it's not what you'd call the roundest circle, right? But it has this beautiful, gentle, rounded scoop. And that beautiful turn and that awareness in the palm of the hand. It's as though there's a beautiful light shining from the palm and it's going now shining upward. As you turn it, it's shining outward. Great. And now as this arm comes up, release and bring the other one out. Tuck this one behind you and scoop. Now you've got the other arm. And the rest of the body, even though the lower body from the waist down is really pretty stable and doesn't really accommodate very much, the upper body does accommodate a bit. So you might notice that at the waist, there's just a gentle little rotation that happens. But it happens because our focus is on that palm and then on the back of the hand as that beautiful light is shining from the palm, that energetic beam. Good. And gently release. Shake it out. That was a long time staying in one spot. Now we're going to take our 2 steps with our 2 water wheels. So the lower body, very simply, hands on the hips, will be a shift, lift, step out to the side, shift, lift, step it in. And it's really slow. So it takes a good bit of balance and concentration. Then we're going to go the other direction. Shift, lift, step it out to the side. And you may notice that I peel the heel off first. And then when I put the foot down, it's toe, heel. I lift, heel, toe, toe, heel. So try it one more time. Heel, toe, heel, lift up, heel, toe, toe, heel, heel, toe. And it may be that instead of walking through water, maybe it's more like walking through some mud. That's how slow you're going. Great. Let's see if we can't put our water wheel on top of the beautiful, just side to side steps. So when we have one hand behind us And then the other hand is the side behind us. That's the side we're going to step to. So when we scoop, that's where our step goes. So the fingertips point that direction. So here we are with one hand behind us on that opposite kidney or opposite hip. Or if that doesn't work for your shoulder, just leave it. You can leave it straight down or even touch the side body. Relax. Wuji stance, soft stance. Having that connection with the palm of the hand, starting that water wheel, shifting the weight. Inhale, step it out and scoop. As it comes up, we're shifting the weight and we're finishing the circle, step it in. And again, inhale, scoop, step it out. And step it in. Switching hands, flowing. And inhale, scoop. And step it in. Again, inhale, scoop. And step it in. Switching hands, repeat. And step it out, scoop. Circle around once more, step. And scoop, switching hands, let them just float. Step it out and scoop. Coming around once more, step it out. As it comes around, bring it in and release. Fog rising. Inhale up and exhale. Beautiful. Come to the back of your chair. Let's go into our heel raises. Again, being aware of the wonderful kidney 1 point on the ball of the foot, but being very aware of those calves and the back of the legs here as you go up and down, crown of the head, reaching to heavens. The lower dantian or power center is engaged to keep us this beautiful, upright, yet relaxed posture. I'm really feeling those calves right now. Good, and rest. Now, step in as close to your chair as you can, but bring one leg back in runner stretch. So my knee is close to the chair, but my back heels down for a nice stretch. You decide where you want your body, forward or maybe more upright. Doesn't matter. The back leg, knee can be slightly bent or straight. Now, bend and bring the weight over the front leg, toe touch in the back. Crown of the head connection, and tiny little straight leg lifts. 1, 2, we'll do 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. Feeling those glutes and hamstrings. Good. Put that leg back down for a little stretch. Bring the weight forward one more time, but this time just bend that leg in and place it on the floor about halfway in from that lunge. Now, bring your weight to the back foot. So that knee is now bent. And then put your heel, tap your heel on the floor there. Good. Now with this leg bent, make sure you're connected to heaven and earth and do a little heel tap right here. So we're really building strength on that bent leg. Good. And step it forward to release. Let's go to the other side. Again, feeling those, the leg strength we have here. Back to those heel raises. So pumping our fluids, pumping the blood from the lower body back up to the heart is what these muscles are really all about, as well as really stimulating our kidney 1, feeling the back body really active here. And rest. Come as close to that chair as you can. Bring the other leg back into a runner's stretch. So you bend into the front knee, back heel down. Just like when we did our warrior, seated warrior, our hips point straight ahead. Crown of the head tall or on this beautiful diagonal, you decide. Keep the breath flowing as you're here. Shifting the weight forward. Lengthening up so it's a toe touch. The front leg is straight or almost perfectly straight. And now 6 little lifts with a straight knee. 1, 2, using the glutes, lifting up 4, 5, 6, and one more stretch. In Tai Chi, there's a shift where you bring a leg from a wide stance into a more narrow stance. It's called following foot, which is kind of fun. I think of it as falling foot, actually. But you lean forward again, and you bring that back leg about halfway in. Now shift your weight to that back leg with that bend and straighten the front leg. Have the heel touch the floor so the toes point upward. I'm now balancing 99% of my weight on that standing leg and just 1% on that heel because I want to engage that little lift. So lift and lower that bottom leg or that front leg, excuse me. Breathe and step forward to release. Great. Come to the side of your chair. I'm on a little diagonal in toward the seat of the chair because my foot is heading up that way. I hope you're still having a real kinesthetic sensation with those calves and the back legs because we're really getting that strength built up. Bring the leg closest to the seat of the chair up and put it on the chair if you choose. If you want to leave it down, that's fine too, your choice. Whatever works for you and your balance today. We're going to go into our wonderful twist, our thread the needle. So inhale, open the arm, looking back, and on the exhale, round under the knee or in between the arm and the chair, round forward, bend forward. Inhale. This time you can open a little higher if you choose. And exhale, round. 2 more. Inhale, open, place the arm where you'd like, and exhale, round. Last one, inhale, open, and exhale, round. Great. Now bring this leg down and cross it over the other one. And when you do that, the feet are close together and bend the knees slightly. Squeeze the legs together. We're activating our kidney meridian, our wonderful internal, the inside of the leg into the inside of the body energy pathway. Both feet are planted. Spread those toes. Squeeze those legs together. From here, we're going to go into a wonderful side bend. So press the hips out away from the chair. Add the arm, if you'd like, up and over. Keep those legs squeezing. And come on back up. We're going to go into that one more time, but we're going to come out of it differently. Hips press away from the chair. Arm comes up and over. Feet really planted, legs squeezed together. And now round forward. Maybe that fingertips will come toward the knees, or maybe you're really flexible. You want to go toward the toes. Just hang now in this forward fold with those knees and legs pressing together. On your next exhale, lengthen up and release. Take a moment, jiggle and shake, figure 8, those hips if you'd like, and then come to the other side. Again, angle inward and place the leg closest to the chair, comfortably up. Again, you want to have the chair close enough that you're not leaning, but I really have my weight on this standing leg. Connection to the earth, connection to heaven right here. Into our beautiful twist. Inhale, open. Exhale, thread the needle. Come forward and twist under that leg. Inhale, stretch. Maybe the arm is up on the upper diagonal. Bend and twist. 2 more. Open. And exhale, twist. Last one. And exhale. Come on back up. Make sure you have your standing leg and your eyes clear. Bring that leg off the chair and across. And as it comes across, those feet are close together. I'm squeezing my thighs together. Bend the knees, and you can even feel your back knee into the front of the back knee into the back of the front knee. Yeah, should be very stable, but we're really activating those inner thighs. Press the hips away from the chair and then add the arm if you choose in this beautiful side bend. Keep that squeeze though. So we're really working in several different directions at one time. On your next exhale, release. Keep that squeeze going. And now let's go into our forward fold as well. So pressing the hips out to the side. Inhale and exhale that arm up and over. On your next exhale, round forward. Bend as much as you'd like into this forward fold. My knees are bent. My arm is reaching toward my knee or my toes. Looking down if that works for your balance. Breathe and hold. And now on your next exhale, lengthen back up. And release. Shake it out. Figure eight it, circle it. Do a little flow. Great. Moving on to our wonderful bladder qigong. We're going to do it standing. If you're feeling at this moment that you're done standing and you want to do this seated, please do. But otherwise, we'll do it standing. Come to the diagonal. Soft stance. So the knees are slightly bent, which lengthens the low back, engages the front, wide across the chest, crown of the head strong, palms up. Inhale up. Exhale, tracing along the side body. Tap the kidney area if you can, or down on the hips. Now, forward fold. Trace the hands on the back of the hips, back of the thighs, all the way down to the back of the knees. From the knees, we're going to stop it there today, and we're going to reach out. When you reach out, you're going into sink your hips a little bit, and you're in a chair pose. Holding here. If that's too much for the arms, keep the arms down. But then lengthen up through the body. Arms can come up. And now we're going to light rain back down. I'm just wiggling the fingers just for fun. Inhale, palms up. Exhale, back, tap. Inhale. Exhale, bend forward. Bend those knees. Hands come to the back of the knee and then reach forward. And I'm in a chair pose. Breathe and hold. On your next inhale, lengthen up. Feel that lift. And exhale, rain fingers down. Great. Let's turn and go to the other side. The other side, meaning you're just doing the exact same thing, but you're facing a little different direction. That's all. Toes straight ahead. Soft stance. Inhale. Exhale. Tap. Inhale. Begin to come down. Think about chair pose, sitting back in a chair. Back of the knees, weights toward the heels. Reach, chair pose. Hold it here for a breath. And then on your next inhale, lengthen up. And on an exhale, light rain coming down. Again, inhale up. Exhale. Inhale, trace. Get into that chair pose. Weights toward the heels, lifting out into chair. Breath here. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, rain. Release. All right, I want to add a little balance here. Now, that said, you may choose to have a seat because we're going to be lifting a knee when our arms lift. So you may choose to have a chair nearby as you lift. You're with me? Okay. Or without, your choice. But come to the first diagonal with or without the chair nearby or a wall. Soft stance. So we're going to shift toward the chair or away from me. All right, here we go. Inhale, shift toward the chair, lifting the knee. Exhale, pull it back and still maintain the balance. Now put the foot down as you tap. Exhale, bend the knees. Think about sitting back in the chair to chair pose. This time we're going right up. And sprinkle it down. One more time on this side. One-handed or not. Inhale, scoop. Bring it back, holding that balance. Tap. Put that foot down as you bend. Chair pose. Keep it flowing all the way up. And sprinkle it down. Great. Let's go to the other side. Now, as you're doing this balance, you may need to have a focal point to really keep your eyes fixed. That's why when we put the foot down, that's when we go into that forward fold and the eyes will follow the body. But see if that helps to find a focal point for the eyes. So soft stance, the knees are slightly bent. Shift the weight toward the chair. Inhale, lifting one leg, both arms or one arm. Exhale, hold it as the elbows draw back. Tap, place the foot down and bend down into your chair pose. Trace the back of the leg to the back of the knee, reach off and up. Sprinkle it down. Shift your weight toward the chair. One or both arms lift with that leg. Draw it back and hold. Tap. Foot comes down as you bend back. Off those knees. And all the way up. Sprinkle it down. Place one hand on your low belly and then the other hand on top. A deep breath in and out. And great. Find your chair. Have a seat. We've done so much and a lot with stability for that lower body. Again, the strengthening the bones as it associates to our water element is really important. So that's a big focus. But bend one knee in and circle it around, circle the ankle around. And then cross that leg over if you can, gently. For a little stretch, you may feel that that is too high. You might need to be near your ankles. Good. And now let's do a little twist. So bring your opposite hand to that knee and then bring the other arm up. On your next exhale, trace the horizon. Let the eyes follow the hands as far around as feels good to you. And then place the hand on the chair to help you stay upright and take 3 full deep breaths right here. Really feeling this beautiful twist. Relaxing the shoulders. Letting that twist go right into the beautiful spine, the bones of the spine, getting a nice little rotation, but the muscles around it get a nice massage. Inhale, raise the arm up, and exhale, come on back. And release. Other leg up and circle. Bringing that leg across at the knee, at the ankle. But wherever you are, seeing if you can't keep an upright spine. So that may mean that you're going to have to cross a little differently. You decide what's best for you and your hip and your back. But the leg just relaxes. Bringing the opposite hand to that knee. Inhale the arm up and exhale, trace the horizon all the way around. And then place a hand on the chair, holding the twist for 3 deep breaths. Shoulders release as you're gently squeezing those spinal muscles, those deep spine muscles, right near those vertebrae. Inhale, raise that back arm up, and exhale, come around. And release. Maybe some shoulder rolls, maybe a little shaking. We're getting ready for our Ujjayi breath, our ocean breath, into our seated meditation. So if you want to put a sweater back on or whatever, that this is the time. And if you remember last week, we were focusing on the exhale. The sound of the exhale is the fogging the mirror. So we're narrowing the back of the throat, putting the hand up, feeling that fog on that mirror there. And we can take a few inhales through the nose, exhale, open the mouth, hearing the sound, feeling the breath if you'd like, or if you're already comfortable with it, closing the lips and creating that ocean sound. Again, it's more internal. It's like holding that beautiful conch shell up to your ear and just hearing the ocean waves inside. So the length of the breath is yours, with the emphasis on that exhale, narrowing the back of the throat, creating that ocean sound. And if you feel like you're really efforting or making a real big sound, cut that effort in half or even more than half. And remember, this is an internal sound to help you feel that awareness inside of you. And if this is not attainable or you're saying, I'm not getting it, you may choose to do a little hum. So you inhale through the nose and hum on that exhale. That may be a way in for you as well. Remain with this focus on your Ujjayi breath or your ocean breath, another few rounds, and then let it fade away as you settle into your seated meditation, placing your hands and your attention on your inner landscape. Enjoy these next few moments sitting in silence, letting your natural breath emerge to sit in meditation. Remaining with this inward focus as I share a little bit more about our season. In traditional Chinese medicine, our energetic meridians carry vital life force energy throughout our body. These channels or meridians circulate everywhere and at all levels. At the skin level, very surfacey. The middle level, our muscles and fascia. A deep level at the organs and vessels, but even deeper in the bones. Even our bones contain these beautiful, subtle, energetic channels. The bones are connected to our winter water element. All of these meridians, these channels, transmit information connecting our organs and our vital substances, such as our blood and lymph fluid throughout the body. So in our movement, our Qigong, our yoga, our Tai Chi movements, we affect all of these subtle energetic pathways. We compress, we squeeze, we open, we twist, we lengthen, we flow to awaken our Qi. We free the energy so it circulates and helps us stay healthy in every season. In the winter, we choose the postures and the movements that stimulate the kidney and bladder meridians especially. With our forward folds, with our strengthening the back body, engaging our inner thighs. Those are all ways that we stimulate the kidney and bladder meridians. Slowly come back to the day. Opening the eyes, stretching and yawning. You're welcome to come back together and unmute.
There we go. Finally. Thank you, Sue. That was super good, as usual. I find it difficult, though, to lift the leg and at the same time do that. That was, even though balance usually is no problem, but that was hard.
That was hard. Yep.
Yeah. I found myself wobbling.
Did you have your chair nearby?
Yes, I did.
Too, yeah. Yeah.
Good. Good. Anybody else find that really challenging? Yeah. Oh, okay. A little, okay, good. Hey, I'm always looking for ways to challenge you all because every time I put something out there, you often get it pretty instantaneously. So I try to challenge and shift things, staying with themes, but I try to mix it up enough that it keeps you off balance a little bit and, and focused. Yeah.
Keeps us on our toes, Sue. You
That's
sure
right.
do. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Thank you
for being here. I'll see you next week.
All right.
Hey,
Thanks.
bye-bye.
Bye.